This is the time when I first dealt with a word that starts with S and ends with an M. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. But if you know what I'm talking about, I guess you can know what I'm talking about. This might be a touchy topic for some people, so I recommend you click out because this is the amount of crazy things. Here's a little warning list for all the things I'm going to address in this video. So this was back when Among Us was exploding in 2020. Everyone played it, everyone did it, and there were some weird people because it exploded. There were some crazy weird people. So one time I joined a server, I was 8 years old back then, I believe. I don't remember. But I wore like a pink outfit, so anyone can just assume I'm a girl. I tried to make it as obvious as I possibly could. But that was the worst decision I've made in my whole life. Because when I joined this random server, I thought like, okay, nothing weird is gonna happen. But I met two people who were like targeting me because I was a girl, and I don't want to call it that word, this word on the screen. I don't want to call it that because they were both this and this. I don't want to say any of those words because I'm not very sure. Maybe they're just kids past their bedtime. I played one round with them, and they noticed me. They were like, "Hey, are you a girl?" I replied with yes. I didn't have any friends, so there was no voice chat, so they couldn't realize. I said yes. They went like, girls can't play games, they can't do this, they can't do that, dropped the F-bomb 6 times already. And they did the most stupidest thing and tried to get me, to leave. And I wanted to mess with them, so I didn't. When I didn't, they were like, "Hey, you need to seriously leave. We don't like girls on our server. This is boys only." And if you didn't know anything about when you're 8 years old, when you will do the things that people don't want you to do. It was all innocent until they finally got frustrated with me and said, "Hey, we don't allow girls. You need to seriously leave." I know that this wasn't so serious, but once someone came up, the second guy, let's call him guy with a mustache. Guy with a mustache said, he just started to threaten me like, "Hey, you need to leave or else I'm in your house and I'm gonna kill you." And I was like, "Excuse you?" I just laughed. I just kept on laughing at these two dorks. It wasn't very serious, but it was very funny to see them try to threaten me, trying to say that I'm at your house. Like, come on. If you're going to be a little bit of these words, come on. Can't you at least be a little better at like life, like threatening someone? Can you stop? Like, if you're going to threaten someone, do it correctly. Like, I couldn't even get threatened correctly. They started asking me for my age and my height, my all personal info, but I didn't know what my age was back then. I didn't even know what my height was. I didn't know anything about myself, so I was like, I like popsicles, and I thought that was some sort of information. I mean, you're talking to an 8-year-old. What do you expect? Expect them to be the masterminds? These people got really mad at me and they didn't kick me out or ban me. They thought that they were playing a game with me, and they thought I was the little lamp. Little did they know, I wasn't the lamb. They were. I was starting to be a little manipulative. I don't know why, but I started saying that, "Hey, you live in this random place, right?" I realized they had Telegram, and it's very easy to find people's locations where they are in Telegram because it's made for friends. And their server was set to USA. like the Americas. So I immediately found out where they lived. It was quite obvious because I just had to look up in Google a few times, and after many dead ends, I finally found them, and they looked like literal dorks. They were friends, they were dorks. That's what they were. So that was my whole story on how I dealt with it. I don't think that anyone else should deal with it like this, because it gets extremely serious. I got lucky and I had 2 idiots trying to get my personal info. If you ever find these people, then just leave. Just leave in your Among Us game. If you find them, leave the game. This was actually a while ago in 2020, so I don't think they have that game anymore, because once I told them their whole address, they were like, okay, I'm out. If you're wondering how I tied it up after showing their addresses, I just immediately showed their address and just left. That's exactly how I just left, okay? I just left, I did it, I finished it, and I refused to play Among Us again.